right, it's 10 o'clock, so let's go ahead and get started. I know a few new people have logged on, so couple orders of business here. If you hover over the bottom of your chat screen, number one, make sure that you're on mute. And then the second thing, if you go down to the bottom, you want to go to the chat button and click on that, and then we will pose all of our messages.
Katie?
Yeah. Yep. Somebody said, hey, Katie. Sounded like Sarah. All right, let's see here. Make sure. Eileen, wave at me if you can hear me. Okay, good. Okay, so my volume's working. Just double checking here. All right, so on the right-hand side, after you push your chat button, you can put in any kind of questions into our chat forum for me or for any of our vendors as we get started here. So we all know the governor's guidelines came out, I think it was a week ago Friday, and they were a little bit looser than we had expected them to be. So it kind of put it on the local school district to decide what each school district was going to do and how we were going to move forward. So I want to let you know that we're working very hard behind the scenes to make your life easier. I'm going to share several tools in the first 20 minutes today that I've put together for you. So I think the main thing, Cindy Wilson with US Foods is on vacation this week, but as soon as you know what your menu is, it is so crucial that you give her volume. And I know it's a guessing game, but something's better than nothing. So like normally US Foods does all their ordering based on historical data, because we really don't change too much from year to year. But this year is going to be a huge exception. So right now they have nothing on order for us. What's in the warehouse is in the warehouse. So she is waiting to hear from each of you. As your administration gets going with the decision making, I highly encourage you to try to get yourself at that table, because them making decisions on food service without you could really, really put a burden on your program. So I've talked to several different food service directors, and one of the recommendations I would give to you, if at all possible, if they want to feed in the classroom, is to have the kids come down to the cafeteria to get their food. That way you don't lose your offer versus serve program. You know, just the labor costs, delivering to the classroom, and not being able to do offer versus serve will definitely increase a lot of your costs. So see if you can get yourself to the table. All right, so the first thing I want to share with you, I'm going to share my screen here. Give me 1 second. All right. The first thing I want to share with you is our WIC paper guide. So I have been working on this, and everything's a work in progress so that it's ready to go for you. But if you need to cup and lid everything, this is where you want to start at. So all of our paper products are priced, ready to go, contracts, procurements done, and slowly we are adding new items. So as you work through this paper guide, just know that you'll see a lot of SO, which means special order. Our goal was to go ahead and get contracts in place so that if we do have to cup and lid everything, we're ready to go. And US Foods will stock items for us. I was on a call with their VP and Cindy last week, and he is committed to make sure we have the cups and lids and cutlery kits that we need. So the first thing that we did last week is we decided to stock this fork, spoon, napkin, straw kit. We're hearing that pretty much everyone's going to go to IW cutlery kits. And so I'm hearing that most likely secondary schools will use that, and then the elementary will use the spork straw napkin kit. So again, these are things that you want to give numbers to Cindy. I gave very rough estimates based on our loose silverware usage, you know, the Daxwell, the loose kits. We converted that over to the IW kits, knowing that most of you are not going to be using the Daxwell or the Smart Stock products this coming school year. So, all right, the other new item that we have just brought into stock is the foil sandwich wrapper. And so this is just basically a bag, but you can do a lot with it. You could put chicken nuggets in there. You could put smackers in there. sandwiches, it just has a lot of different uses. One of the things I thought we're bringing on that new S&F mini cheese calzone. I thought that would be great in that bag to take to the classroom. So as you work through this, just start thinking and planning on what you're going to do. So another item that we're looking at that's probably at our top of the list for stocking are these munchie cups. And they're great because it's kind of hard to tell in this picture, but the lid folds down. It's all one unit. And so this small cup here would be perfect for tater tots. The little bit bigger cup here would be great for waffle fries. It would also be fun to do a biscuit stick and smackers in it. These two cups are a little bit on the big side, but I think these two most likely we will end up stocking. So as we work through this, anything you have interest in, please let me know so that I know what to tell Cindy that you're interested in stocking. So unfortunately, we've got to move very, very quickly and make decisions quickly to make sure that we have the things that you need to be successful as we start this unknown school year. All right, the liddles, for those of you who have never used liddles, the lids sit on the outside, everything is connected. So you would go and you would just fill all your fruits or cheese sauce or ranch or whatever you're putting in them, and then the lids just flip over and then they're perforated and then you just tear them apart. So they're kind of expensive, but they're great for speed production. All right, some of these are things that you already know about. The Daxwell cup, that's gonna be great for canned fruit. This is a little bit more upscale and it's wider, so it'll stack a lot nicer if you need to stack things in crates to take to classrooms or for breakfast. The other thing we did is we're trying to get, lids that fit multiple different cups so that you can go in there and not have so much inventory on hand. All right, so you can flip through this. I sent it out last week. I'm constantly updating it as we start to stock more items. So I will be sending out a s'more letter tomorrow with our other new updates with all these documents that I'm going to share with you today. This burrito bowl we've had and it's been great. The lid to go on top of it might be something crucial that we want to stock. So make sure that you spend time looking through this. I'm just going to kind of flip through this. You guys know most of these products. And so here's some of the special order items that we have looked at and got contracts setting up for. These are kind of fun. They're platters and there's a lid that goes on top of them. So just showing you some different ways that you can do things with those. And we thought that the pricing was pretty good on those. All right, and then there's some pizza boxes. So that's the big question is if your kids are gonna come down, do we wanna box all the pizza versus putting it on those foam trays or the Southern Champion pizza wedge? So that'll be something we need to decide if we wanna stock or not. All right, so that is the paper guide. And like I said, I'll continually update that. It is posted on the website under the Inspiration Gallery. So if you're looking for it, it is out there for you. And when I update it, I will send it out and put it up on our website for you. All right, the next thing I have for you is I've put together an individually wrapped entree guide, and I've worked with our board to make sure that we bring on some new IW products in the entree category. And so this is going to be crucial that you let me know if you have interest in menuing these items also. You're familiar with the majority of these items. So this summer, for those of you who were feeding this summer and during COVID, we brought on this rotini with meat sauce. It was a special order, but it will be stacked. So these are great. They have a film on top and you put them in the oven so that you can stack them. Please note that I put if it was a commodity or not a commodity. So you want to make sure that you have commodity pounds to make sure that you get this good cost, or otherwise you're going to be paying a lot for that bowl. So I have the order numbers there ready to go for you too. All right, you're all familiar with S&F, the calzone. A lot of you didn't know that we stock the IW version of that same calzone that you put on your lunch tray. Nardones, we've had great luck with this garlic French bread pizza. It seems like most of the kids really like that. Currently, we have the boxed 4x6 products set up a special order. So if you have any interest in that, let me know. We've got the contract ready to go for that. All right, this has always been kind of a sleeper item, but it became pretty popular this past summer just because it was 2 meat, 2 grain, and it was IW, and it's a taco. So that was well received by our students. All right, we saw this product last year, and I went back and looked at our WIC meeting notes, and people really liked it. It had the onions and the cheese. So it's supposed to be like a McDonald's cheeseburger, but they're 2 mini cheeseburgers, and it goes right, and they're fully cooked. So it's just a heat and serve item. So that will be in stock. And then most recently, and you can see I'm still waiting on the cost from Schwann's. And so as soon as I get the cost, I'll put that in there. But these will be in Mylar wrappers. So you will bake them right in the wrappers. They'll be ready to serve, already wrapped, ready to go. I'm expecting those to be between 70 and 80 cents a piece. That's just my best guesstimate. And for those of you who've done those are the same Schwann's pizzas, Tony's pizzas we've had around forever. It's the 100% cheese deep dish. It's the equivalent to the Nardone's 5-inch that you serve now. So it's a good quality product. Tasty Brands, we've had some issues getting the pepperoni out of Tasty Brands, but they've offered us the cheese. So US Foods is going to stock the cheese for us also. So we'll have the pepperoni and cheese available. And those are kind of like those Lunchable kits. They're easy. They're pretty pricey, but they serve a purpose when you need something that is all put together for you. Smucker's, the peanut butter and jelly has been very hard to come by. Hopefully when Cindy gets back, she will give us more of an update on Smucker's. I know we got a partial truckload last week into US Foods, and I think it went out as quickly as it went into the warehouse. All right, and Oscar Mayer, this is kind of another sleeper, but it'd be fun to do bento boxes with. You could add a 2-grain muffin, you could add goldfish crackers, a lot of different things that you could do with that. The big thing to note on this is that there is nuts in the product. So if you're a nut-free building, know that those are in there. All right, and then if you're building any kind of salad boxes, I wanted to make sure you knew all your 1-meat alternates that you had available on our bid. So Bongards, the Colby Jack cheese stick, and then Land O'Lakes this year, we are bringing back in the jalapeno cheese dip cup. IPS, US Foods won the bid for IPS, and so they're stocking that, so we're kind of tagging along with them. I know Danville was really interested in that item and brought in several cases via special order, so that will be stocked at 38 cents for a 1-meat. And then you guys know about these other 2 products. All right, and then the Sabra taco hummus, that's also been pretty popular through the COVID feeding. So as we continue to add products, again, I'll keep those updated. I don't have this on the website yet because I'm just waiting. I want to make sure I get that Schwann's Tony's Pizza on there. And as soon as I get that in there, I will get that up to the website and email it out. All right, and last but not least on PowerPoints here, I want to try to do as much as I can to help everyone. I know things have got to be really stressful for you right now. So I'm putting together some turnkey menus. And with the turnkey menu, I will have the menu, the production records, and the order guides for US Foods, so that if for some reason you need some help, or if it just gets your wheels turning, I'll have paper products. So this is more geared towards your elementary and serving in the classroom. So I will have all the paper products on the production record. It'll just be kind of a seamless menu program that you can pull down and alter and fit your needs, but it'll at least get you going. So, and I incorporated a lot of our new items. The calzones are new, the cavatappi 3-cheese mac and cheese bowl. So you could do the JTM or you could do the cavatappi. And I put all the favorites in there. These chicken tenders are our new chicken tenders that we're bringing in this year. It's a whole muscle. And Mandarin orange would be easy to do with a bowl and lid also in the classroom. So there's lunch, and then breakfast, everything's IW. I tried to keep everything at lunch, 2 meat, 2 grains, and at breakfast, it's either 2 grains or a grain and a meat, just so that if you do want to use that same menu for your secondaries, it's seamless to do that. And then you can just change your portion sizes on your fruits and your vegetables. So I will have the production records hopefully done by the end of the week. And then as soon as Cindy gets our new order guide loaded, which is typically July 1st, I will have the turnkey order guide ready to go to match this menu for you. And I will just load that onto your website. If you're interested, you can email me and I can just push it out to you. All right, so there's the turnkey menus. 2 other things I want to show you quickly. Let's see here. All right, I wanted to show you that we've updated the website, and I'm super excited about it because I'm trying to make it more useful for you. So at the bottom of the home page of westindycoop.com, I've added a Zoom meeting button. So all of our Zoom meetings will go on here in case you miss anything. So these are all the Zoom updates from our vendors on May 20th. And then I added a current rebates button. So if you, and remember, we're password protected, sorry. Apple's the password, everyone. Of course, my computer is gonna run slow here for a second, but I did, I'm updating and adding the rebates so that you can see exactly when I get them, they'll be right on there and the date that you need to file them by, when you need to book and so forth. So hopefully that'll keep those real organized for you. And you don't lose out on any free money. We all love free money. And then I added a COVID page for you. And on this page, you will find the COVID vendor procedures from all of our vendors that will be coming into your buildings. So a lot of the Board of Health are asking for that. Your administrators might be asking for that. So as they update those, they send them to me and I'll continually update this web page. And then I added in the manufacturer COVID resources as we get them. And a lot of these are cooking instructions and so forth. So they're links to their websites for K-12 and COVID feeding. All right. And then let's see, what else did I add here? Inspiration gallery. So I'll be adding a lot of things into this, but just to get started, I've added in the paper guide so that it's up there for you. So one of the things I think we can do, we are a very strong sharing co-op. So if there's anything you want to share, I would love to put it up on our website so that the other members can see it, so we can help each other as we move forward through this. So anything you want to share, I will put your name, your school district name, your school name on it, and I will put it out on this inspiration gallery to share with our members. And this is protected, so unless you're a part of our co-op, you can't see it. All right, and last but not least, let me get out of here. I'm gonna stop sharing. Is I am in the process of updating our WIC commodity bid, the one that you all work from, that shows all the cost and your equivalents on it. So I'm updating it with all the new items that we added, the entree items. So as soon as I get the Schwann's information, I will get that pushed right out to you so that you can print that and use that for all your menu planning. All right. All right, so that's all I have. So first on our agenda at 10:20 here is commercial food systems. Commercial, are you on? You might have
we're here, Katie.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Are you driving?
You know, I'm in a parking lot. I'm sorry, guys. I'm waiting for my physical therapy appointment, so I'm doing this from my car. So
No problem.
I'll try to make this quick. It's so great to see all your faces. I just have a few things that I want to go over with you guys this morning. Probably our best form of communication right now, and you're probably not used to watching for these during the summer months, but is our constant contact email blast. And we've had a few come out over the past few days that I think are really important. The first one that came out last Friday was a survey monkey that we've compiled, and this really came from us. Just, I know everybody's still trying to figure out what they're doing, but as a distributor, I think as Sarah pointed this out on her DOE webinar, how important it is to communicate what you're doing, because we're doing our best as a distributor to be prepared for you. And we're having to look at, you know, our business differently, and we want to make sure that we're ready when school starts. So there's a lot of things that we're doing now in June that we normally wouldn't do. So if you could just take 1 minute to hop on that survey, it's all it takes is 1 minute. I think we had 40 districts yesterday fill it out, which was extremely helpful on what their needs were and what their plans were for this fall. And so if you could do that for me, that would be a huge help. If you could get that filled out for us, you know, sometime this week would be great. The second email blast that came out yesterday, and I'm sorry, since I'm in the car, I can't reshare these while we're on here together, but is our EconoPack bags. And you guys are all familiar with the EconoPack. It has been a huge item since COVID hit, and we've recognized that there's going to be a huge increase in the use of hot bags. If you are not familiar with the hot bags, they're a wonderful tool for this application, because you can literally, it really reduces the amount of times that you have to touch a product, and you can cook in the bag and you can serve in the bag. So biscuit sandwiches, chicken sandwiches, cheeseburgers, chicken nuggets, French fries, all of those things cook beautifully in the hot bag. So you would prep it in the hot bag, cook it in the hot bag, and it stays in the same bag to the student. So it really does reduce the application. This is the first time we've ever taken pre-orders on the hot bags, because we know the demand is going to be great. And so that email blast came out yesterday, and the first batch of pre-orders is due this coming Friday. I had several districts contact me yesterday, and I told them I would, if it was me, I would order a 3-month supply of hot bags, the best you can estimate, on the bags, because it's going to be a huge demand across the country with this product, and we want to make sure that we can get these in for our customers, and that's why we've decided to go ahead and do the first round of pre-orders with the hot bags. And honestly, if it was me, I'd probably go ahead and put my cold bag order in now as well, because it's just going to be huge. And so it's an excellent product. If you have not seen them, you need samples, you need, you know, further instruction, you're not real sure what bags to order, please reach out to, you know, Beth, Margot, or I, you know, whoever your rep is, or any of us can help you and determine what bags may work best for the applications that you want to use. I can't speak highly enough for these bags, and most of the cold bags run 3 to 4 cents a piece, and the hot bags typically run 5 to 6 cents a piece. So it's a very affordable way to package cold and hot. So please keep that in mind. It's really important to get those pre-orders in. The last item that I wanted to discuss with you guys today is the email blast that came out this morning. And we don't normally send these back to back to back, but there's a lot to get out right now. And this was a product that Katie had kind of brought to our attention because one of your schools had asked about it. And it's the GET eco-friendly containers. And that email blast came out this morning, and I apologize. The order guide was supposed to have the pricing on it. They are correcting it as we speak, and it will come back out again this morning. So pay attention to this one. This is a great reusable to-go container. So there's a 3-compartment one, there's single compartments, there's all different sizes. And I've highlighted on the order sheet which ones are the most popular containers, but this is kind of the equivalent of a styrofoam container, but in a plastic form that would go to the classroom to serve a hot meal. They would come back to the cafeteria and they can be sanitized and ran through the dish machines and reused the next day. So it really cuts down on the amount of garbage. And that is a huge concern with feeding in the classrooms and custodians and how is this going to work. And so it's an excellent product. And we also have to take, it's not going to be a stocked item year round at commercial, but we will be taking pre-orders on that. And the first batch of pre-orders is due to us by July 3rd. So we can turn that back around and get it back out to you guys. So I'm getting a lot of emails today asking about pricing on that product. And so, like I said, look for a new email blast probably within the next hour. that will highlight the pricing for those containers. And there's a lot of information in that email blast about the containers and the use of them. So I think it's an excellent product. So that product coupled with the EconoPack bags, I think is going to be great. When you're filling out with the survey too, I think one of the big questions that is so important to us is we need to know who's going to be offering a la carte. It's such an important part of your program and ours. And it's our hope that most of you will continue to offer a la carte in some form or fashion to your students. We need the sales, and you certainly need the revenue for your programs. And so if there are certain items that are going to be kind of, I guess, hot buttons for us, communicate. So I appreciated, Sarah, you saying that so much in the training and how important that is to have these conversations with your distributors now. We all can't wait until the week before school starts when you place your initial orders to try to figure out what everybody's going to be doing. So it is so important that you share with us that information. So I think that's all I had to add. I don't know, Margo, if you have anything else that you want to add. I think she's on this call as well. But just watch for those email blasts and watch those pre-order dates really closely right now. Thanks, Katie.
Thank you so much. Good luck at your appointment.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
See ya. All right, Margo, are you there? I didn't want to not give her a chance to talk if she wanted to. All right, let's move on next to Joe from Gold Kissed.
Morning, how's everybody doing?
Good.
Am I able to share my screen? It says host disabled.
Oh, heck. That's one of those things. Let me figure out how you start talking. Let me see if I can figure out how to undo what I did somehow.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. You should be able to now. See if that works.
Okay. You see the presentation?
No.
Okay, hold on a second.
There we go. It's up.
Okay, great. Thanks. Appreciate it. Okay, I appreciate the few minutes today. I just wanted to give you a quick update on what's going on with the world of pilgrims. So we've been working hard, producing products for this school year. Pre-COVID, we had a great response to like all the sampling and all the food shows and everything we've done over the last year. So I know Brooke came in and did a couple of meetings. I believe I was there for a meeting. And overall in the Midwest, we had 30, 40 extra trucks of chicken this year pre-COVID. So we're excited about the partnerships we're starting to form out in the marketplace and the products that were going to be utilized pre-COVID. We realize everybody's in a little bit of a different situation now. So as we move forward, forecasting is going to be huge. And I know Katie mentioned that earlier, letting the distributors know, what's changing on your menus. If you had products on bid and now you're going to be using less, letting us know. So forecasting is going to be huge for us as we move into the school year, making sure we can provide enough of the products as your menu's changing based on, the COVID situation. We all understand that. So the 3 lines of products that we have are still available. So Just Bear Chicken, Pierce, and Gold Kiss. Gold Kiss and Pierce are the main brands that everybody's been using and diverting commodities to us. So all those products will be available as we move forward. We're building inventories, as I mentioned. We have chicken nuggets and patties available, which a lot of schools have been using in grab-and-go situations, whether in packaging and making sandwiches. So we feel like that would be a nice opportunity for you. Our marketing team is trying to put together new menu ideas. So they're going to be working over the next month or two, creating more materials for us. And we'll be sharing that with our customers in July and August with Zoom-type meetings and ideation meetings as we move forward. Also, there was a lot of questions about drumsticks and wings, and those will be available next year. So we've been building inventories on drumsticks. We've been building inventory on wings. Those items were very popular last year, and we're hoping they'll continue to be utilized this year on your menus. These are the items that we feel like, based on the situations, whether it's eating in the classroom, having social distancing in your cafeterias that are probably the easiest to serve. Smackers, popcorn chicken, fillets, nuggets, the boneless wings, and our breaded 8-piece and roasted 8-piece. So if you have any questions on any of these products, feel free to send me a direct email or give me a call at any time. You can also reach out to Brooke at Core, and we can provide you with samples or ask any questions on any of these items. We'll continue to provide marketing solutions and some support for you. We do have some POS on some of our dark meat products. So if you're looking to utilize like a dark meat smacker or a dark meat drumstick to help balance out your commodities, that will be available. You can see that POS piece right here. We also have a any day is wing day POS. This is generic. We can add your school name to this piece. We can add the flavors of sauces you want to use on your bone-in wings. It can all be changed and adapted to your situation, the way you want to market in your cafeteria, on your menu. So just reach out to me directly or Brooke directly, and we can set you up with this and get it tailor-made for your situation. Bone-in wing monthly planner. I just wanted to cover this. We are making as many wings as possible for this school year, but unfortunately, the same thing seems to happen every year based on national demand for the product around the Super Bowl. So this is what I'm highly recommending as a strategy for this school year. We should have plenty of bone-in wings for August, September, October, November, the first 4 months, no problem. We've been building inventory and producing this product since the end of May, getting ready for July, August, and September. The problem is nationally, once the Super Bowl hits, we can't get enough of the bone-in product to actually produce it. So it looks like a production situation. It's not. It's actually a shortage of product nationally because everybody is using wings, whether it's in bars, restaurants, retail stores, just because of the excitement around, the Super Bowl going into March Madness. So we really can't predict what that situation is going to be. So I'm highly recommending that if you love this product, which a lot of schools do, that you in advance set up a switch to menuing the boneless wing in January, February, and March. And we also have generic POS like that. We could do the same thing, add your school name, put flavors of sauces that you want to use. And I think that would be the safest bet, so we're not running into out of stocks and last minute problems in January and February when you're trying to get these products. Usually the shortage ends end of March into April, and then things return to normal for the rest of the school year. And we normally have the wings for April, May, and June, which that would have occurred this year if the world didn't change with the COVID virus. So just wanted to give everybody an update on that. That's pretty much the situation on wings. We are planning on stocking most of our products. We are producing most of our products. As of today, we've only discontinued 4 items. So the Gold Kiss Dark Chicken Italian Meatball, the fully cooked golden breaded nugget, a chicken stick, and a chicken strip. So the volume on these items were very low. I don't think too many of you were using these products, but I just wanted to let you know that we have our normal 40 to 50 items available for commercial purchase and commodity processing, and there was only a few items that we decided to discontinue moving in. So, we feel like our production situation, considering everything, is pretty healthy right now. We're building inventories at hoping to use 80-90% of what we did last year. We realize some of you that may change based on your situation and the opportunities you have to feed the kids, and we're very comfortable with that. But again, we just ask if you can keep us in the loop on your needs, volume-wise, and what you're going to be using. That'll just help us forecast to make sure we have the products you need and the quantities you need. So we also set up heating instructions. So we have a presentation of all our heating instructions listed like this, very small altogether. So if you contact myself or Brooke, we can get you this. We have these in English and Spanish, so it's quick reference. If you're packing up products to grab and go, you can, and they need to be reheated at a later date, this is something you could utilize. We also have our Gold Kiss website. We're constantly putting new items and changing putting menu ideas and creating new menus and changing things on that website. So goldkissfarm.com will have the latest menu ideas. We'll hopefully have some better grab and go strategies for you all as we move closer into the school year, into August and September. We also have everybody's commodity balances available. So I know this is an eye chart. I apologize about that. But again, feel free to contact Brooke or myself if you have some questions about what's left in your account at last year. I did try to contact the state prior to this meeting. We were not able to get allocations on the spreadsheet yet. So I'm sure those are coming in the next couple of weeks for next school year. But a couple of you do have some pounds remaining for next year, which, you know, I'm looking at that as obviously we weren't able to use it the last couple of months, but it'll be extra opportunity and more flexibility to use more chicken products next year. So, and in closing, I just want to say that, you know, we're really excited to be a partner with the WIC Co-op and to work with all of you to make sure that we can find the right mix of products, whether it's, you know, the Just Bare Clean line or the bone-in products like Pierce Chicken or all the Gold Kiss products that many of you have been using for years. So we appreciate the partnership, and we appreciate all the stress and hard work that you've all been under the last couple of months dealing with this situation. So that's pretty much it for me. If anybody has any questions, feel free to jump in now and ask me anything on anything I just covered.
Thank you, Joe. I have reminded everyone that we do have that chat button at the bottom of your screen. If you hover over it and hit chat, then you can put any kind of questions or comments in the chat group. So right now I don't see anything, Joe, but if anything pops up, I will definitely let you know, and we appreciate your time and all your work on our behalf.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate everybody's time today. Stay safe.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Take care.
All right, next up, I see Lonnie says, no chicken sticks. Lonnie, if I'm not mistaken, I don't have my commodity bid in front of me. I was going to say, I think we use Tyson, but maybe we use Gold Kissed on those. You know better than I do. That's a big item for you. So, all right, next up we have Gus Patrick with General Mills. Joe, I need you to stop sharing your screen if you wouldn't mind. All right, there we go. Gus, are you on?
Yep, I am on. How's everyone doing today?
Good, all right.
Good. All right. So I'm sharing my screen. Can everyone see my my presentation I have up right now?
Yes, it's up. You're ready to go.
All right, perfect.
We're getting good at this, aren't we?
We're getting there. We're getting there. So first off, my name is Gus Patrick. I'm your customer account specialist here in Indianapolis for General Mills. Just a quick introduction. I've been to General Mills for 4 months now. So I pretty much started about 2 weeks before COVID happened. So it's been a very interesting start to a new job and a new career. I've been in food service, account manager for a company that supplied pizza. And I have 2 daughters, 3.5-year-old Eleanor and 9-month-old Lennon. So kind of getting right into it. Obviously supply is a very big concern. And with the summer feeding being so much larger than years before, case rates will be kind of challenged on prepackaged items. And main reason behind that is kind of summer typically provides us time to kind of build our inventory for fall feedings. And with everything going on, with everything being so expanded, it's really making our manufacturer plants work around the clock 24 hours a day, just trying to keep up with summer demand. And really we're looking at all options to build inventory for the fall. All of our plants are running 24 hours right now. We're even pulling people from our world headquarters in Minneapolis to work in the plants to try and fill those slots, just so that we can get everything needed for the fall. I will say that the fall there may be some shorts. What products those are going to be, we can't really say yet. It's just going to be based on what that demand is going to be. What I will say is that I will communicate with Cindy Wilson and with Katie when those shorts and cuts come, and suggest as many substitution items as we can to make sure you get the products that you need. One other thing is we are going to be discontinuing our on-the-go pouch cereal. And the main reason behind that is so that we can make sure we fill on some of our larger moving items, such as the Bull Pack cereal and the 2 OEG cereals. Obviously, the On-the-Go pack is a 1 equivalent grain product, so the Bull Pack is going to be the best substitution for that, which is also another 1 grain product. And kind of the last thing I have to say of this is just when you guys are building your menus and kind of looking at what you're going to be doing for this fall, is just to communicate with me as early and often on what your usage might be, so that I can forward that information onto our corporate headquarters so that we have a better idea and a better plan of how to produce products for this upcoming school year and for the rest of the summer. Next, I kind of want to just touch on real quick is all of our rebates are now digital. So I know Katie had kind of mentioned that the instructions are on your WIC website under the rebates tab, but I also wanted to kind of just reiterate it. You can find all of the current rebates, and I'll also continue to just send emails out to everybody with the upcoming rebates for the school year and for the summer. Kind of going digital just means that it's faster processing times and you receive your money quicker. So instead of waiting 6 to 8 weeks to get your check, it's going to be more like 2 to 3 weeks to receive your money. And also on that website, there's a lot of resources for product information, recipes, heating instructions, all sorts of different things that are valuable information that you might find useful. Next, I kind of wanted just to touch on real quick with some new products that that you might find useful. First is our new freezer to oven muffin tops. We have a blueberry and a chocolate muffin top. These are baked off in the oven for around 20 minutes. They're 1 OEG and they are whole grain rich, made with real blueberries, real chocolate chips. Next is our new line of Yoplait smooth yogurts. 2 classic flavors in vanilla and strawberry, and a new flavor, which is horchata. It's very good, has a very nice cinnamon flavor. All these yogurts have no artificial flavors. They're made without gelatin and they're gluten-free. They qualify as 1 meat or meat alternate, CACFP eligible, and Smart Snack compliant. And lastly is a mini pancake, chocolate chip mini pancake. These are heat and serve or thaw and serve, so they're good for either in the classroom feedings or on the go. And these are 2 OEGs, so you get that 2 equivalent grains out of the product. Next, kind of finishing up, I said to make this quick, I just want to see what I can do to help all your school districts. What are your needs for the summer, the rest of the summer feedings? How can I help out there? What can I do to help plan for the upcoming school year? I want to put out there I'm available to start bringing out samples and start setting up meetings starting next week. And I'm always available, whether it's email, call, you can text me, whatever the best way to communicate with me is. I'm there for you, and I'll do whatever I can to make sure that you have the resources that you need to feed your students, to make sure you have a successful school year and successful summer feedings. And finally, just reiterate my contact information, my cell phone, my email address. Like I said before, please feel free to reach out to me with any questions, any concerns, anything you may need from General Mills. We'll be here for you. Said, made it quick. If there's any questions, please feel free to shoot me in the chat or shoot me an email or give me a phone call. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gus. We're glad to finally put a face with your name, and we're excited to work with you. I know we had a lot of interest in those muffin tops, but so hopefully, I'm trying to remember what meeting that was. We were at Wayne Township. I want to say maybe it was February. So if you were super interested in those products but didn't get samples, go ahead and reach out to Gus and he can get some out to you. And as of right now with US Foods, the only new products we're bringing into stock are the commodity items that we committed to. But General Mills typically has a different contract with US Foods. They usually push products in from their side versus waiting for the customer to do it. So Gus, do you know if those are going to be coming into stock at US Foods?
Really what we're waiting on is interest from school districts,
Okay.
kind of seeing where we're at as far as who's going to want to bring them in for the next school year. And that's kind of where we're going to play it at. So if there's enough interest, then it's something that we can bring in pretty easily.
Okay, sounds great. Well, thank you for your time.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks. All right, next up we have Land O'Lakes, Tammy Johnson and Carol Mack.
Good morning, everyone. It's so fun to see everybody's face. You think I'd be enough of these Zoom calls that it would get old, but seeing everybody's face is so fun because we don't get out in the market anymore. I miss traveling so much. Maybe not the airports, but I miss traveling and seeing all you guys. So thanks again for your business and your support of Land O'Lakes. I just wanted to kind of give you a recap pre-COVID or as soon as COVID hit on all of our grab and go items, you know, our sticks and our cubes and our cheese sauce cups. Obviously the orders went insane crazy. So we have wrapped up all of our production. The jalapeno cups that you guys are going to be using, we started producing both our cheddar and our jalapeno cups 6 days a week, which we were only producing them about, I think, 2 days a week, and now we're up to 6 days a week to meet the demand. The demand on those cheese sauce cups in the last 3 months has been absolutely insane. So if anybody has any questions on those cups, heating, serving, examples or ideas of concepts on those cups, let me know. They have been a huge hit with the students in the schools. They are shelf stable, so they work great. And obviously grab and go, which is kind of what everybody's going towards, you know, looking at serving in the classroom. I think for the most part, I have heard a few schools that will be trying to do in the cafeteria, but I don't know how realistic that is, at least in the beginning stages of opening school. So all of our inventory levels on our cheese cubes, our sticks, those cups are in great shape for the fall. If anybody has any forecasting, obviously we've all of the manufacturers that have been on here have been talking about forecasting. We're trying to make sure we have the product in the right places. We want to make sure there's no shortage issues. So as any forecast, or if you're going to be using the cups for the first time, if you could let Katie or myself know, get that information to me just so we know exactly what to get into U.S. food service. I also wanted to let you know, for those that are using our cheese sauce pouch, which is a shelf stable item, we do have a bunch of information on our website as far as pre-portioning it into cups. Being as it is a shelf stable item, it does not need to be heated before you pre-portion it. Obviously, if it's heated a little bit, it will come out of the pouch a little better, but it does not need to be heated. It is shelf stable. You can eat it right out of the pouch. So it is pretty easy to squeeze into the souffle cups to put in a bento box. And all those instructions are on our website, or I can get them to Katie. They may be on the West Indy Co-op website already. They're available in English and Spanish. The last thing, and I wonder if I can share my screen. So I'm not very technologically savvy. I'm going to just try to, I have too many screens open. Can you guys see that?
We can see.
Perfect.
So far, it just says started sharing screen. It might take a second to pop up. Did you select the document? Oh, there we go. Got it.
Perfect. So you guys saw our cracker cuts last year at some point in time, and I know a lot of you were interested in them. It was a 15-pound bulk pack, so there was 240 servings in a case. And once the case was opened, obviously you needed to use them fairly quickly. So with the feedback we've gotten from schools, we have changed the pack size on our cracker cuts. So now inside the 15-pound case will be 2 7.5-pound packs. So you only need to open up one pack at a time, which will be 120 servings. These obviously are great in bento boxes. on these little sandwiches if you're doing sliders. They are a refrigerated product. 4 squares is 1 protein. So the 120 servings per pack is for 4 slices. So there's 124 slice, 1 meat alternate servings per pack. So if this is something that interests you, or you would like samples, we are in the process right now of producing the new pack size on this product, and we could get you some samples. I know these kind of grab and go bento box ideas are going to be very popular for schools once they open up. And that's about all I have. I mean, just trying to manage through COVID like the rest of you. If there's anything that I can do on any of your cheese needs, you have questions, you think something would be good in your school district that we can possibly help with, provide concepts, ideas, feel free to reach out to me. Obviously, if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm here to help, as is, I know Carol, Mac, and Liz, I think, are on the call as well. I'm not sure if either of you guys have anything to add.
Radio silence, I think.
I'm hearing crickets.
I know, right? I love those pink glasses, Tammy.
Oh, thank you.
You're always so spunky.
Try to get fun colors, you know, it's not fun getting old and then you can't see and you have to wear glasses, so.
Got to make them cute, right?
Right, yes. So anyways, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for being here. We appreciate it, and we'll be in contact. I think we keep hearing from our manufacturers. I know everyone's chomping at the bit, and I know you're chomping at the bit to hear from your administrators. And so before we go into this last presentation from HRI, I just wanted to say that I really think we should have a target date, assuming you know from your administration. I know you're waiting too, but by Wednesday, June 24th, to give forecasts to US Foods. And I think the easiest way to do this, and if you need help, let me know, but when you go into your order guide onto US Foods, you can download that into Excel and it'll put your whole order guide there. And then you could just go through and put the number of cases you estimate to use by the month, or you can indicate how you want to do it, weekly, monthly. Monthly seems to be the easiest for Cindy, as a lot of our manufacturers deliver to US Foods on the monthly basis. So go into US Foods, go to your order guide, download it to Excel, and then just enter your numbers, and then you can just shoot that off to Cindy. Now, what you will not see are the new items that I've been showing you. So you'll be able to manipulate that spreadsheet and add those items in, even if you don't have the item numbers. If you just put, you know, advanced Pierre mini cheeseburger, 15 cases, Daxwell cutlery kit, whatever it may be. So let me know if you need help with that, but let's target Wednesday, June 24th for just rough estimate numbers, assuming you've heard from your administration. So, all right, next up we have Tim Christensen from HRI. Are you there, Tim? We see your presentation, but I think you're on mute, Tim. Let me see if I can find you here. Hang on. Dun, dun, dun. Tim? Tim, are you there?
How about now?
All right, there he is.
There we go. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Good morning, everyone. Can you see my screen all right?
We can.
All right, cool. All right, so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Tim Christensen with HRI. We're just going to walk through kind of a host of different solutions that we've kind of targeted depending on, you know, what what each of the districts ends up doing. I know there may be a host of different things. So one thing I'll mention, there's a lot of information in here, so I'm going to skim through this really quick for the sake of time, but I will send this to Katie so she can send it out. And then, of course, if you have any more questions afterwards or need more information, please reach out to us. But really, getting right into it, I think we all pretty well know there's going to be lots of changes that you guys have already well aware of with what's been going on through the feeding. But you know, really the gist of it is really are these items. There's really 6 different options of where you may possibly be serving, and there may be a host of a combination of different complexities and how you may do this. And, you know, from the different districts we've spoken to, there may be a mix of these. So really, there's the cafeteria, the hallway, possible alternative serving areas, on and off the bus, the classroom deliveries, and then possible take home or even home delivery, depending on the final results of how your districts are going to educate the kids. But really broke this guide into essentially 6 different areas of focus. So as you start to look at reopening, here are some options on where you may look at. Obviously, the one thing that you hear more, you know, PPE, I think 2020, what will be the most popular word is kind of my thoughts. PPE is going to be one of those that I don't think anyone, you know, very few of us knew of before, but, you know, how can you properly protect your employees and the students? And then, you know, one of the biggest things I see is that the lack of refrigeration is very, very short in a lot of these pre-packed items. So do you have adequate refrigeration? Do you have adequate hot holding? How about your mobile transport / staging equipment, and then, you know, possibly mobile serving equipment? And then lastly is your wash sanitizing equipment up to speed. So Metro, we are the factory reps for Metro. Metro has actually done a lot of work and you all probably have some sort of Metro shelving in your operations. So they've actually put together a lot of different options on how you can potentially just add to existing shelves and or possibly adding new components. So, you know, really it's all about these things: healthy, clean, disinfect, and really opening safely. So really, your PPE and sanitizer, here's some options on how to potentially store those and if you need to secure those. I know most operators may or may not lock them up, but there's even options for those. But the whole idea is making it accessible to wherever you're going to be needing it. So here are some different accessories that Metro has actually created for a lot of the existing wire shelves. These would actually work over even non-Metro shelves if it's just a standard wire shelf. So you can see there on the left, some sanitizer holders, and then on the right, some different areas and to be able to hold some of the glove boxes. A couple more different options as well here. And then for those of you who don't, you know, may or may not have smart wall, there's even some options, you know, to be able to mount some of these components to your existing wall grids on the smart walls. So again, another option on the hanger rail. And then here's a new, really not a new product. So the one thing that we've looked at is that a lot of the manufacturers are just saying, hey, you know, you're going to be able to buy all this equipment. Well, we all know that that's not. There's the equipment that you want to buy and need to buy, but really how can you repurpose some things? So there's a lot of different, you know, components like this on the market, but really I think as you look through it, look at items that you can repurpose afterwards. So a mobile sanitizing station with a, you know, using the basic, a basic rolling cart from Metro, a possible lockable check-in, check-out station. And then Metro's also come up with a couple sanitizer stands, one that will actually hold the sanitizer sensor, and then another one that on the right-hand side that will hold the pump. So on the Lakeside, we're also the reps for Lakeside. Lakeside's come up with a host of different PPE products as well, which you'll see there. Probably the most notable one, I think, is the one there, the third one from the left, the mobile hand sanitizer stand. Those I see as a nice opportunity for something that you can put those in different places and move them around, along with portable hand washing stations. Also, there's talk about, the whole 6 feet, the separation between the kids. Multi-Tier has created a host of different traffic rails. The ones that you see here are their traditional traffic rail with a plexiglass divider on the top that is actually removable afterwards. Unique thing about this one, this actually has a mobile option. So the bottom right picture there, you'll see when you want to move it around, the casters come down so you can move it to different areas of the school very easily. Also, being able to protect the cashiers. I know this is a really big thought. We've kind of had mixed comments on whether or not, this is going to be a need. But it is something that is available. There's actually same type of deal. It's a movable partition that does not sit on the countertop. It's actually on the floor, much like the traffic rail I just mentioned. So as far as increasing some of the cold capacity, a lot of you may not realize Metro actually makes a mobile refrigerated cabinet. So if you are going to be serving in some remote areas, right now it's showing it with universal slides in there, but you can also put standard shelves. So all those prepackaged meals that you were talking about, if you were going to move those around, you could actually stack those in quite a capacity in these mobile refrigerated cabinets and actually move them to different areas of the serving, or more traditionally, like you're seeing it right there. This actually marries up with their other mobile heated cabinets as well, very, very nicely. Well, also, as far as an economical option, if you're not familiar with the Metro Mighty Light, the Mighty Lights are really designed to specifically go after some of the products that you may be aware of, like the Cambro, the larger containers. And as the word says, they're very, very light, and they can very, very easily be moved around. They do have a 2-year warranty on them. And the key thing here is that they will hold product hot or cold for up to 5 hours. It can be sanitized. You'll see a couple pictures of rep group partners in a different area did some testing on the amount of product you can hold in there. So in the top load unit, you can hold 135 juice cartons, or excuse me, 135 milk cartons, typo, or up to 96 juice cartons along with other product in those. So they are stackable like you're seeing in that top left picture too. Also, more traditionally, I think if something to really look at closely are your regions, your pastors, those more traditional items in good working order. I know not all of you have served from all the different locations, so it's just to encourage you to be sure that you're looking through that now rather than later, and making a plan to address those needs now. There's also, for those of you who have AirScreen merchandisers currently, they are an opportunity, potential opportunity that you could actually even serve out of these guys, whether the kids are grabbing them or you're using it as a serving vehicle. Another nice option that obviously can be repurposed very easily down the road. Lastly, on the cold side, we are the American Panel Wraps, so we are running up next to the point of no return time frame and being able to get some of these units in right now for the fall reopening. But as you do look and you see that you're going to have some needs, let us know. We'll be happy to come out and give you some options. Also, on the Mighty Light, once again, those can be hot. Same thing. There is a heater that you can actually add. It's a removable heater. But once again, a very, very nice option if you are going to serve in the classroom. We've had some operators that have said that we're going to just go ahead and use these for our breakfast programs going forward. They can wheel one of those stacks down and leave it in the classroom and go back and pick it up. Hot holding cabinets, Metro has a whole host of them. You can kind of see there, you'll see a picture with the pizza boxes with the shelves in there, what that might look like. But any of those, if you do have existing units and you do want to add shelves to them, you can. Just let me know. We'd be happy to help you with that. Just makes it a little bit easier for stacking items. Same thing on the air screens, on the heated side as well. Lakeside also has put together a new a modified version of their 444 cart, which you see right here. That unit, you can actually daisy chain up to three of, well, more than three, but ideally three of them together. So if you are doing some movement where you're putting items in the classroom, it's a very, very nice option, as well as a modified version for milk crates like you're seeing right there. And then obviously on the Metro side, you all have the traditional shelves. The new product Metro has are the basket shelves. If you are moving if you are going to be starting to do more of the a la carte items, it's a very, very nice, easy way to move items around. And the other kind of deal that a lot of folks are talking about are the mobile pickup. So, repurposing your shelves, you don't necessarily need to buy new ones, and we're once again happy to help show you how to do that. Some different mobile serving stations made economically with Metro, and then you go up to more of the mobile breakfast serving stations between Lakeside and Multiteria. And then if you really want something, to jazz up an area in a mobile environment, Multiteria does make this retail extension that you can add a lot of different components to. So, Katie, that was very, very fast, probably the fastest I've talked. But as I mentioned myself, I'm here in Indianapolis. Sam Stables, some of you may or may not have met him. He's been with us about 6 months, and really his whole role is to be out and just being in front of you all. So if you do hear from Sam, I'd encourage you to meet up with him. And then a lot of you probably do know Scott. He's up in Fort Wayne. But really, our goal is to help provide value for you all, not always just providing new equipment. So if there's anything we can do to help, as you know, you're opening plans and you want us to look at anything to see how you may be able to repurpose existing equipment to accomplish what you need to, by all means, please let us know.
Great. Thanks so much, Tim. We appreciate you being here.
You bet. And Katie,
All right.
I'll send you this. I'll email this over to you. So if anybody wants it, feel free to send it on out.
Yeah, I'll put that up on the website underneath the COVID, on the COVID page, so that it's out there as a resource for our schools. Okay. So before we get off, I got thinking about the forecast sheet that Cindy wants from us. I'll create the Excel spreadsheet and I'll highlight all the new items so that you can find them easily. So I'll have that out to you in the next couple of days, and then you'll just put in your information for Cindy, and then get that sent to her by the 24th, if at all possible. So if you have questions, you need help, you're concerned, you're overloaded or anxious, please call me and let me help you in any way. I'm in the office and happy to help you, and I'll get these resources out to you. So thank you for being here today. We had great attendance, and hopefully everyone found it a good update, and enjoy this beautiful sunny summer day. I'll talk to everyone soon. Bye, Tammy. Bye, everyone. Bye, Cindy.